What's up, you guys? Vac Attack here, and today I'm going to be doing something a little different. Since I recently got my Cleanview Helix all fixed up and everything, I thought, why not compare the 3rd gen Cleanview, which is the Helix, to the original Cleanview. Now, yes, I know this one's a special edition, but I don't have a regular 1st gen Cleanview, so we're just going to have to use this for now. But, most of the 1st gen Cleanviews would be similar to this anyway. It would just be a different color, and the stretch hose would be black. Although some of them did have plastic hoses, but most of them had the stretch hose. So, yeah. This is basically, it's still a 1st gen Cleanview. It's just a special edition, but we're not going to take that into account just because I feel like that would be unfair. But yeah, let's go ahead and compare these. So first things first, the bases. As you can see, this one has a regular base with dual edge cleaning. Although the dual edge cleaning on these machines doesn't quite work, I want to say. Like, it's not what they advertise it to be, but it is kind of there. I'm not saying it doesn't work at all. I'm just saying it's not quite what they make it seem. So, yeah, don't get fooled. But, anyways, moving on. This one has a regular base, obviously, like I did mention. This one has a white path, kind of like some of the Power Forces from, 2004, 2005. Although this did not come out in 2005, at least I don't think. Because this came out after the Cleanview 2, which I don't have a Cleanview 2, or else that's what I would compare this to. Or I would do this, the 2nd gen Cleanview 2, and then the 3rd gen Helix, but I don't have a Cleanview 2, so I'm just comparing these two for now. But yeah, so yeah, the base on this one's wide. This one has a normal base. Let's see. This one has 5 height adjustments, so that's kind of crazy for a Cleanview because a lot of the Cleanviews would usually have 7, like this one does. So you can see this one has 7. That could be because it's a special edition. I don't know for sure, but what I do know is that this one has 7 and this one has 5. But yeah, that's another thing. They both have the rubber on the front of the bumpers, which is nice. In case you hit something, it's less likely for, the bumper to get messed up. I almost said another word, but I don't know. Yeah, that's nice. They both have the rubber bumpers. The filter setup. So these first gen Cleanviews, the pre-motor filter, it was right here. You just pull it out. As you can see, mine's a little dirty. But you just pull that out, pop it back in, and then there's another filter up here, which it is a little dirty. Is that tearing? No, I don't know what that is. This filter is a little bit long. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if this is the right filter, but it does work regardless, so I'm not too worried about it right now. But yeah, that's another filter. As you can see, this doesn't have the filter underneath because these Cleanviews did not have an outer circular filter. Which, these filters are prone to getting dirty quickly. It's not as bad as what some people might make them seem, but the filtration on these are still god-awful. But on the bright side, the filters are much easier to clean out on these than, like, these and the Power Forces, especially the Helix models, which, yeah, this is a Helix, so this unfortunately is one of the ones where the filters may be harder to clean out, and I'll show why. Anyways, you also have, this one came with a pre-motor filter, but I put a HEPA filter in there because I just think they work a little bit better. I think it adds a little bit. It doesn't help a lot on Bagless machines, but it does help just a little bit. So yeah, that is nice to have. Now let's go over the filtration system on here. So, on this one, the dust cup comes out, and the filter's right there. If you want to take it out, you just pull it out. You can see this has the Cleanview, or not the Cleanview, it has the Helix. Sorry, it has the same filter as all of the Power Force Helixes had until they went to the new body style. But this one doesn't have the 4 of these or whatever. This one yeah, you can tell this is a Helix one. But then that just goes back in there. There's no tank up here, but you do have a pre-motor filter in there, which I did forget to mention. This one does not have one of those, which is fine, I suppose. I do need to clean these bins out again soon, but for now, I'm not too worried about it since these are common as dirt. This one I keep clean at all times because these are... People may say they're uncommon, but I say these are pretty rare now because, you know, the first gen Cleanview came out such a long time ago and the special editions were already a little bit less common. So now it's super hard to find one of these. I got super lucky to find one like this, especially with how good it looks and how good it sounds. Because, for those who don't know, these early gen Cleanviews, the first gen Cleanviews, were prone to motor failures. A lot of these have had shot motors and just, yeah, it's a mess. But this one luckily has a very good motor. It was obviously used because I did have to clean it out, but it was obviously either not used that much or it was very well taken care of. Most likely it was very well taken care of, which is honestly kind of surprising. I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm just saying, like, that's great because this thing is literally one of my favorite bagless Bissells I have in my collection, other than my liftoff, which, yes, I did get a liftoff recently. I will do a review on that another time, but for now, we're on these two machines. This one does also have a HEPA filter. This one comes standard with the HEPA filter. The old one was kind of bad, so I had to put a new one in there. Just fine. But yeah. Now let's move on to the headlights. Now, let me make something clear. Excuse me. I did have to replace the motor in this because the old one had bad bearings. The motor that's in here right now, it was advertised as a 6594-W motor, but I believe that it might actually be a 6579-3 motor, so it did not have the headlight connector. So the headlight on here does not work right now, but that's okay because, you know, I could just get another motor. I'm going to try and see if I can find another motor with the connector and then get that headlight working. But the headlight on here wouldn't be all that useful anyway because it takes the peanut ones. The peanut ones, I have a bunch of LED ones. They shine pretty bright, but they don't shine as bright as, like, the bayonet ones, which this one has a bayonet bulb, as you can see. It's much bigger. This one is actually really, really bright. It's an LED. Even the halogen one that was in here, the original bulb, was pretty bright too, but this one is just, it's almost blinding. It's crazy. I'll show in a minute. But yeah, this one would have a peanut style bulb, but right now it doesn't have a headlight, which it is what it is. At least the thing's working now. At least it, you know, sounds good. But yeah. The lenses are quite different too. This one has the same setup as like the Power Force bagged, except the lens on the bagged ones are like kind of tinted for some reason. This one has that style, kind of weird style, but hey, I'm not complaining too much. Also, the branding obviously is different. Like, this is one of the earlier Cleanview Helixes. You could tell because this has a nice design right here. It doesn't just say Cleanview Helix, so that is kind of nice. You do have your 12 amp logos are different. This one has a newer style one. This one has the old school 12 amp logo, and then your Bissell logo. The one on here too. The stickers are different. This one shows the Helix system improves cleaning performance, and then the Easy Empty. This one just has the Easy Empty sticker right here. And then obviously Cleanview Bagless Special Edition. Now, the Cleanview Helixes, for whatever reason, came standard with a turbo brush. So you just take that out. And yeah, it's kind of hard to do, but it's not that hard to do because you have to like grab it like this. It's kind of awkward to do. I prefer the design of the Power Forces to where it was just a tab on top, but to each their own. This turbo brush does actually look very clean. So yeah, that is very nice. These Cleanviews, you would have to get like a plus or a deluxe. I think it was a plus and a deluxe in order to have the turbo brush, or a power track, or a revolution. I think the power tracks came with the turbo brushes too, if I'm not mistaken, but someone do let me know if I'm wrong. But yeah, this one did not come with a turbo brush for whatever reason. It's kind of unfortunate, but it's whatever. It's not a big deal, because I don't really use the turbo brushes all that much. I only ever use them sometimes. But yeah, that's one thing. The handle in this one is also wider, so these are not interchangeable. I've tried interchanging them, but this one has a wider handle than this one, and it has a different carrying handle and everything. It's just built differently. And yeah, another thing about these machines, on these early Cleanviews, one thing that made these early Cleanviews stand out, and I'm surprised that more of their machines, except for the liftoffs, didn't really have this feature. If you go to the back, where is it? Right here. If you go to the back, you twist that, you can pull this out. So this whole thing just comes out real easily. And it's just, then you just take these two screws off and you can clean this whole thing. It only takes like 2 seconds to, you know, clean this thing out. That's why I like, that's like the main thing I like about my Cleanview compared to my Power Force, is that when I do want to clean it out, it's only going to take me like 2 seconds to take it apart. Not literally, but you know what I mean. It takes a very small amount of time. I'm sorry, I cannot speak today. But yeah. And then when you're done, you just put that back in there, and then you're good. This one, on the other hand, does not have that. It's like the Power Forces. You have to actually this one doesn't have a screw in here, but you have to take a flathead and like pry it out. It's a little bit of not a pain, but it's a little bit more of a process than this one. So yeah, maintenance on both of these, you're gonna have to maintain both of these all the time anyways. But if I had to choose one to daily drive that I wouldn't mind, you know, cleaning out all the time, it would be this one, because it's significantly easier to take apart and clean out than this one is, in my opinion. Now, I probably wouldn't want to run this exact one. I would probably run like a regular one, or maybe a Power Track Revolution, just because this one's a special edition. It's kind of a collector's item. I barely ever run this thing to begin with, because yeah, filtration and everything. I mainly use my bagged Bissells anyway for daily use. Sometimes I'll use my Bagless ones, or I'll use one of my other vacuums, but I just find the bagged Bissells to be easiest for daily use, because if you put a Cleanview HEPA bag in one of those and a HEPA filter on the side, they are very low maintenance. The only thing you really ever got to worry about is belts and bags. That's it. You don't have to worry about filters unless you like run a bad bag, or the bag blows up or something like that. But other than that though, it's really low maintenance. It's not as high maintenance as what people may seem. And bags, you could get a 20-pack of HEPA bags for $20, and they last like what, a month or two, depending on how much you vacuum. I vacuum once a week or so I've had bags last me, you know, a month or two before I have to change it out. So it's really not that bad, especially with these bagless ones. You have to empty it out after each time. So yeah, although I do need to start running some of my other vacuums more, like my Dysons and my 6579-2. So I probably will start running those more. But yeah, what else was I going to compare? Oh yeah, the backs, I guess. So this one does have the attachments except for the brush, but this one has an extension one and crevice tool with the suction release holes, which is really nice. So this is one of the nicer crevice tools. The extension one on this one's a lot shorter than the Power Forces, but what can I really say? Then this one, of course, does have a stretch hose with the swiveling feature. So it's not a twist and snap. You have to actually take these screws out to take the hose off, but it's fine. And then this is the carrying handle. And then let me show the back of this one. This one has a twist and snap hose. So this one you just twist and it comes out. Like so. And then you just twist it back into place and yada, 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 yada. The carrying handle in this one's significantly different too. But yeah, the hose, it is a stretch hose again, but this one's black. I don't know why this one is clear, but you know, it is what it is. This one does have the combination tool, but it is missing the other attachments. It did come with an extension one, but I think it's for a Dirt Devil. It's definitely not a Bissell one. So it came with the wrong extension one. It did not come with a crevice tool. It at least came with a turbo brush and the combination tool, so that's nice. While I'm here, let me go ahead and show the stickers, because I know you guys like the stickers. Okay, so this one is model 82H1. This one was made on the 170. I'm sorry, the 107. I don't know how to say that. It was made on the oh no, I'm sorry. That was the 117th day of 2010. I'm so sorry, guys. My brain is not scrambling at all. So, God damn it, I can't fucking speak. My brain is not working like it's supposed to today. I'm so sorry. But here's the Cleanview Special Edition. This one is model 3575-8. This one was made on the 36th day of 2004. So, yeah. This one's a 2004. This one was made 6 years after this. So, yeah, that's a pretty good difference. I think this one does have a slightly longer cord, too. I could be wrong on that, but I don't know. I would compare the headlight, like how bright they are, but like I said, this one doesn't have a proper working headlight. So yeah, but I could technically grab my Power Force bag or one of my bagless ones that has the peanut bulb and show the difference. To be fair, these do also have different shaped lenses, so they would probably project differently too. So you never know. This one has a much smaller bulb, so it probably would project a little bit brighter anyways, but yeah. But yeah, that's mainly the main comparisons between the two. They are both pretty nice machines. The motor in this one is ever so slightly funky. Like, the motor is not shot or anything, but the bearings are ever so slightly dry. But it still sounds significantly better than the old motor that was in here, so that's good. This one also does need a new belt, which I will get a new belt for it probably sometime tomorrow. But for now, yeah. I'm not going to do a pickup test just because this one has a bad belt and I feel like that would not be fair. But I will turn them both on really quick just to kind of show how they both sound. So first we'll start with the Cleanview Helix, which I did forget to mention they both have rocker switches. They both have the reverse ones to where up is off and down is on for whatever reason. But, you know, it is what it is. Okay, so here's the Cleanview Helix. Oh, that actually sounds healthier today than yesterday. What the heck? Interesting. But yeah, this one, like I said, it does have a Power Force motor in it, but I'd imagine it'd be the exact same motor anyway, because the Cleanview Helixes and the Power Forces, they all have the same 12 amp Korean motor. That one has a slightly different 12 amp motor. It's still a Korean 12 amp, but it has an ever so slightly different tone to it. You'll hear it in a second. To me, it kind of sounds like a Dirt Devil almost. I could just be tripping. But yeah, you did see the headlight on that one's not working, but if it did work, it would have an LED bulb. But yeah, now let's turn on the Cleanview. I haven't actually turned on my Cleanview in a hot minute. Now it's time to turn this one on and you'll see the headlight. And no, that motor's not shot. That's the brush roll. It's like, I think the brush roll is ever so slightly shot, but I don't think so. I think it's just super aggressive. But yeah, that's the motors on both of these. And yeah, they both sound really good, especially for the age. Even if they have minor, like, issues, like, not even issues, just like if they sound a little bit funky, it's like ever so slightly, which is fine considering these are like, you know, 20-plus-year-old machines. Well, this one's a 15-year-old machine. This one's 21 years old. So this one, considering how old it is, that motor is really, really good. So this thing wasn't all that dirty when I got it either. I just had to kind of, you know, clean out the brush roll and everything. But yeah, that's both the Cleanview Helix and the Cleanview Special Edition. I will do a pickup test whenever I do get a new belt for this. I may put a new belt in this one too, because the belt in this one's starting to stretch out a little bit. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the little comparison. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.